everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. I'm livshine and I'm doing makeup videos, haul videos, fashion related makeup. So if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join the family and also follow me here and here. I wanted to share with you today some of my tips and tricks how I cover my acne prone skin and acne pimples, redness, some of my amazing makeup tricks for how to do your base and how it will look absolutely flawless. So yeah, if you want to know more and if you want to see how I achieved it, so keep on watching. Okay, so as you see, the redness, it still shows. I just put the primer, but it is a little bit better with this primer. So my trick is actually to use some setting spray before I am going in with my foundation and concealer. So I'm gonna use the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury. I'm also shaking it before. That way to prepare my skin a little more with this spray, and it looks much more dewy, so I can start with concealer and foundation. So I know a lot of beauty guru and makeup artists like to use like green concealer to conceal the redness. I just feel like I don't need it as much, but if you do, so there is the LA Girl concealer, the green one, and you know, there are some other, but I can just go away with just this technique without using any other concealer. So I'm just showing you what I'm recently doing when I have this redness. I'm just gonna start covering it, but I don't want it to look like cakey, so I'm gonna start with the Giorgio Armani, which I don't know why the sticker is off. This is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Concealer. I think it's in the shade number 6, so it's kind of the same shade as my skin, as my foundation. So let me apply some like very thin layers so you can see it will just make it, the color of it will not be red anymore. So I apply just some of the red spots, and now I want to show you how this side will look when I covered it with just a little bit concealer and what I've used underneath, and this side which is still red. And yeah, let me blend this side. So I'm gonna take a wet beauty sponge, just a wet like a beauty blender, and when it's wet and you let the concealer sit a little bit on your skin for like 1 minute, after the concealer sits, you just going really lightly tapping motion on top to like blend it. Then you're gonna go with the foundation. So this will just makes it another barrier like coverage. And I know this liquid concealer is not for everyone. If you're more into like cream concealer that is like there is more coverage, I feel like this one just gives me enough coverage when, especially when I'm using it like I'm doing right now. So I have it on for like 1 minute, I let it sit, and then I'm going in with a beauty sponge and blend it, but very light tapping motion. I'm not like taking the product off. I'm like lightly pushing it into the skin, so that way you have this coverage, but it doesn't even look like you put something on your face. And it's also really blending well because I just did the exfoliation with this like dermaplaning, and it looks much smoother that way, and the redness is gone. Like obviously this side is really red and this side you can't see it anymore. Very light. You can go off just by that. Like you have the sunscreen, like this is like my everyday makeup with a little bit of concealer on the redness, and that's it. But if you are into like a full cover and you don't want to see anything and you want a glam day, so that's what I'm going for today. I'm going to do like full face and full coverage, so I'm going to do that, but not like too full coverage that it's not good for summer. It's still gonna be good for summer and spring and all year round actually. So but yeah, this is what I'm doing. I also have another concealer recommendation if you want just a little bit more full coverage, like spots that are very red and this just not helping you that much. So I have the Kevyn Aucoin concealer, which is very, very thick. You really need like a tiny bit of it and it covers a lot. This one just, I'm not using it as often, but if like for some reason I have like a redness that it's like this concealer cannot even cover it. But this one I think that might be breaking me out because I used maybe too much the other time, but I heard that this one is really good. This is what it looks like. And I have another concealer, the Makeup Forever full cover waterproof concealer. So this, I would use that if I'm going like on a day in the beach and I have like redness, and this is like waterproof, so I feel like this would be better. But today I don't feel like I need it, so I'm just gonna need the Giorgio Armani concealer, and it covers pretty good. It looks like my skin, so that's what I like about this concealer. Just not, it is full coverage, but it's liquidy, so when I'm applying it on, just like a couple dots where the redness, I don't go with my beauty sponge when it's wet. I'm letting it sit for like 1 minute. I mean, I know it's probably not the best idea for like moms or whoever want to do like their makeup in like 5 minutes and go. So that's why I think this Makeup Forever concealer would be much better option if you are not into waiting for the concealer to dry. But I think this concealer is really good, so that's why I'm using it today. And also, it's not breaking me out. And the Kevyn Aucoin is also a good option. And you can blend it right away. I think with a brush too, but if you have a textured skin, you want to avoid anything with brushes when you're doing your base application, because it's going to rub and then it doesn't look like that smooth on your skin. You want to use a lot of your sponge, wet sponge, so that way it will look flawless and not cakey. So as you see, not much of this product, and it covers pretty well, and you don't see the redness anymore. But I still want a little bit more coverage, so I'm going in with my Best Friend foundation by Maybelline 24-hour foundation. It's in the shade 128 Warm Nude, and I'm not fake tan right now, so I'm kind of light. And I reminded I will probably fake tan soon, but this is kind of my color right now, so I'm going to apply a little bit on my sponge, and I'm going over on top of this concealer. And just lightly, not even too much of this product, and it just covers really good. Like, you definitely can go just with this concealer, but I feel like with this foundation, I don't want to. I mean, I love the look with the foundation, so I'm gonna go with foundation today. And also, I have some TikTok to do, so I will probably need a little bit of a full cover right now. Always in a tapping motion, as you see. Okay, for the next step, because I feel like I lost the shine of my skin. I mean, I see a little bit, which this is what I love about this foundation. But I still want to bring a little bit more life to my skin. So I'm gonna use Rare Beauty Illuminator, Liquid Luminizer, and this is really great to highlight. But I want you to avoid this step if you have like pimple right where you need to highlight. Just avoid this step and like do your other like bronzer and blush. I feel like my redness or my pimples are usually like right here. Like I don't get them right where I have my highlights. So, oh, before I'm doing the highlights, sorry, I forgot that I'm gonna need concealer for my under eye. I'm gonna use the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer in the shade 1W. And it's a little bit light, so I'm just gonna use the concealer only here and here. And I want to lift here, so I'm gonna use it here as well. And then also I'm gonna let it sit for a second before I'm gonna blend it. It just blends more like better when you let it sit for a second. So now I think I'm gonna go and blend it. Okay, now this side. Wow, much more brighter under eye. My nose is itching, sorry. This is what I'm doing. For a little bit of a lift effect, I'm gonna use Maybelline concealer. It's really good concealer, multi-use. I'm gonna use to like make this eye lift look. And I'm gonna use a cosmetics brush. Kind of like bronzer and contour at the same time. Okay, much better. So now I'm gonna go, after I use the concealer and also lifted my eye a little bit, I'm gonna go with this liquid luminizer. It's like in the shade Rose Gold. I love it. It just brings life to my skin. And it's not like beaming highlight, so if you're into this very natural makeup look, summery vibe, this will be just the best. I'm gonna let it sit also for a couple seconds before I'm blending it. And what's wrong with my nose? It's so itching, so bad. When you're holding your beauty sponge and it's wet, don't just go like this when it's wet. Hold it, press it, so it's gonna be squeezed enough for you to blend it. And look at this highlight. Now it looks amazing. I'm going to contour my nose with this Maybelline concealer as well. So you want to look down when you're, contouring your nose. to your mirror, so that way you have like a straight line. Overline my lips a little, put a little bit on the cheeks. The thing with this application, it's only tapping if you want to have like this flawless makeup application. You don't want to swipe anything on your face, which I'm sometimes doing, and it's not the best, so trying to avoid it. For my nose, I think I'm just gonna go with this brush by It Cosmetics as well. I'll just blend it. Very snatched. I'm gonna go with the other side of the brush for my bronzer, contour, and I'm tapping also in a tapping motion with the brush. Like, look at that. I mean, the application is everything. And I'm usually like really in a hurry, and you know, so I don't really pay attention for this, but my skin is really not the best skin ever, and it's so problematic and it's so annoying me all the time. So this, to like do all these steps, I know it takes time, but if you want this like flawless look, especially if you have like problematic acne prone skin like me, these steps will just help you. And don't wait too much with this bronzer, actually. This is not good. It looks so bronzy and sun-kissed, so beautiful. Well, now I don't know what to call this tutorial, like how to cover acne or how to look like sun-kissed bronzy look. I don't know. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Now I need a little bit of blush, so I'm gonna use this Fenty cream blush. I know it looks disgusting, but it's because I'm using it with a brush, and the brush has foundation sometimes, so a little bit on the brush, and then on the cheeks, just a little bit, and you have this blush color, beautiful pinky shade and very natural on the skin. This is in the shade 05 Strawberry Drip. Cheeks out, Fenty Beauty. These cream blushes are so bomb. I'm so impressed. So now after I did all the cream, now I can go to my Mercier setting powder and apply the powder only in my T-zone where I'm usually oily, and I want this to be a little bit, and I want it to be a little bit not too oily. So I'm not gonna go with the brush to like on my under eye and my T-zone. It's always with this sponge, but I'm always never just dip the sponge like that. So I have to squeeze it and then take some of the powder. This is translucent setting powder by Mercier, just like that, and then press it to the skin only on my T-zone. So I don't want to take out the shine here that I just put. So I just want to go over the T-zone, a little bit on the nose, a little bit here, here, especially here on the side because I don't want to look like I'm sweating. That's basically like my perfect application for smooth skin look, cover your acne, and bronzy skin type of look. This base actually good for all year round. And yeah, that's kind of like my tips and tricks for today. I'm gonna do my eyebrow and the rest, meaning a little bit of lip color, doing more on my eyes. And the finished step is also another set of setting spray after I apply this powder on my T-zone. By the way, how nice it is to go back to a little bit normal, to not wear a mask outside. Like just walking outside without a mask. Sometimes it's just like, it's so nice. I mean, I know you still need to, when you're going into like stores and Starbucks and whatever, you have to wear a mask, but outside, it's already fine. Yeah, let me do my eyebrows, the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. Okay, and that's all for my skin. I did the rest of my makeup, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and liked some of the tips and all the tips that I shared. And yeah, let me know down below if you want to know anything else or any other video recommendation. And yeah, you can follow me here and here as well. Don't forget to subscribe and like and turn on the bell for future videos that are coming. And yeah, also let me know if you want to know tutorial on like this eye makeup and lip, which is like very natural nude, pink nude. By the way, my top is from Zara. You can see my latest Zara haul here. I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye. Scrunchies are so in right now. I'm in love.